In this video, I'm going to go through everything that you need to be doing during the first week of our course to be on track with our course schedule. First of all, in our previous video, I showed you how to access Canvas, and this is the main page of our Canvas course. You'll want to review our course syllabus. This is going to include all of our policies, procedures, grading, methods of evaluation, etc. So you'll want to review that very carefully. Then you're going to come here to where it says Getting Started, and you'll see that there is a link here for your syllabus quiz. The syllabus quiz will not impact your course grade, however, it is a requirement for attendance. So we ask that you complete that, but you can take it as many times as you'd like. The grade is not going to be important. In fact, you're basically agreeing to the policies in our syllabus through that quiz. I ask that you please do this by Tuesday night of this first week. It doesn't take much time at all. You also will need to do a check-in with the Virtual Math Emporium using the Zoom link that is provided in this link right here titled Math Emporium Check-in. The check-in is basically you connecting with a staff member in the Virtual Math Emporium, letting them know your name and your class and your instructor so that they can check you in, and then they're going to go through a very quick PowerPoint presentation to give you all the information about their role and how we're going to be using them to support our learning this semester. All in all, it should take about 5 minutes. So this is nothing that is going to need a huge amount of your time, but again, it is a requirement, and I ask that you do that by Wednesday of this week. I went ahead and clicked on that link to show you where that Zoom link is. Right here, this is a live Zoom link, so you can click there. It'll take you to the Virtual Math Emporium, and there are lots of dates that are available to do this for students at the college, but for our class, I'm asking that you complete this by this Wednesday, which is August 24th. You see that you have a 3-hour block in the morning on Wednesday from 11 in the morning to 2 in the afternoon, and then you have another 3-hour block from 5 to 8 p.m. And again, this should take no more than about 5 minutes, but those are the 6 hours on Wednesday that you still have the opportunity to do this and stay on track with the course. This Zoom link is also where you're going to attend the Virtual Math Emporium for a minimum of 1 hour each week of our course. So you will be in the link for an hour each week or more as needed. And if you're curious about what it is that you're going to be doing, you're going to be on your device working on your assignments, looking at the section videos, taking notes. You're going to be working as you would anyway, except you're going to have that Zoom session in the background. And the idea behind that is that as math questions come up, you have those tutors right there ready to step in and help you so that you can keep moving forward. There may very well be times when you have Zoom open, the hour comes and goes, you're still working, you didn't have any questions, and that's okay. You don't have to ask questions for that time to count, but you do have to log in that 1 hour per week minimum for each week of this semester, starting with next week. This week you're only required to do the check-in, which is 5 minutes. Now, you can do those 60 minutes in one session, or you can break it up into several sessions during the week. So let's say, for instance, you want to set aside 30 minutes twice a week to do the Virtual Math Emporium. That's fine. I'm going to get a report from the Emporium staff that tells me who did the check-in, and also on a weekly basis, I'll get a report as to how much time each of my students spent in the Virtual Math Emporium. Okay, so this is a document that you will want to refer to often throughout the semester. Now, let's get to the math part of what we're going to be doing this week. Once you are in my math lab, you're going to complete a diagnostic test, and that is not graded in the sense that it will not impact your course grade. You can get a 0 on the test, and there will be no impact whatsoever on your course grade. The idea behind the diagnostic test is that we want to find out what skills we assume you're bringing into this class are you lacking in. In other words, you're not fresh enough, it's not there. We want to make sure we try to fill in those gaps before we try to stack more information that depends on that previous knowledge. The diagnostic test results will determine 2 personalized homework assignments in my math lab that are made just for you based on your results. So the diagnostic test is not proctored. We ask that you complete it with no calculator. Obviously, we want to know honestly what you know well and what you need a little bit of a refresher on, because that's the whole point of having that diagnostic pretest, is to help you brush up on some of those prerequisite skills. The diagnostic test should take you no more than about 30 minutes, so it's quite short. And for this time around, you will not need to send me any written work. So this should be something that you do very quickly. You go ahead and finish the test. It'll tell you what your personalized homework assignments are, and then you can begin working on those right away. It says here that this is due by Thursday, but that's being super generous, perhaps for students who join our class late. Really, if you're already in the class, this is something that you should be doing as soon as possible, because aside from having these 2 homework assignments that you have to complete this week, we do have some brand new material in intermediate algebra that we're going to be working on this week. So the sooner you can get that done, the better. So I'm going to hop in here in my math lab to just show you where those links are. This looks a little different because I'm in instructor mode, but you're going to go here to where it says diagnostic and review. It will pull up that diagnostic pretest. Click on that link. And I've already done this as a demonstration, so it's not letting me do that, but you will have the quiz pop up and you'll be able to complete those questions. Once you finish your diagnostic test, you will have your 2 personalized homework assignments, and you'll be able to get the practice you need in those gaps that have been identified for you. Okay? So if I go here to my assignments tab, I should see those personalized homework assignments. And there they are. All right? You want to work on those as soon as possible. All right, now let's go back to the rest of our schedule. So I'm going to go back to the home page in Canvas. And right here on the main page is our course calendar. This is another place that you can go to find out what you need to be doing each week, including this first week. So we've already talked about the syllabus quiz due by Tuesday, the virtual Math Emporium check-in by Wednesday, the diagnostic test due by Thursday, and then you have your 2 sections of homework assignments that were created for you based off the diagnostic test. Those are going to be due by Sunday at midnight. Now you'll see here we also have 2 brand new sections of work, of material, of content for intermediate algebra. So we're going to be working on sections 2.3 and 2.4 this first week. All right, so I'm going to show you what to do with each of those 2 sections. Of course, the learning comes first and the application and the practice comes later, and then we follow that up by assessing how much actually made sense and how much you can apply on your own. All right, so for sections 2.3 and 2.4, what you're going to do is come back out here to our home page, and you're going to click on Module 1. And there are 2 sets of printouts. The Module 1 lecture notes are the notes that we typically would take in the classroom with me as your instructor up at the board working out problems with you. Those Module 1 lecture notes you will need to print, and then you're going to watch these videos right below. Notice how they say required video lectures. This is for use for your Module 1 lecture notes. You're going to watch these videos, and as you watch these videos, you're going to be looking at your lecture notes. They correspond exactly. So the problems that are being worked out in the videos are exactly the problems that you're going to be printing out from the lecture notes. Obviously, those are going to be blank. The work is not going to be there. You're going to be filling in the work by hand as you watch the videos. Those lecture notes from those videos, so you have 2 this week for section 2.3, 2.4. Those lecture notes, once you fill those out, you are going to scan or take pictures of them, and you're going to submit them to me, and those are going to be due this week as well, toward the end of the week. Okay, there's instructions on how to scan and how to get those to me also on the home page of this course. Separate from your lecture notes that correspond with these videos, you have your video organizer, and you can either click here and print those pages out also, or we also do have the video organizer available for purchase through one of the Lake Sumter State College bookstores. So it's just a matter of preference if you want them printed out for you and you buy them, or if you want to also print these. It depends on how good a printer you have and how much ink you want to use. So for the video organizer, these are completely different problems from the ones that you saw in the lecture notes, and they correspond to a completely different set of videos. So I'm going to go ahead and click here. The very first problem on the video organizer says 5 times the quantity 2x minus 1 minus 2 times the quantity 3x equals 1. So remember this equation right here. If we go to the multimedia library and here it is, multimedia library, go to chapter 2 section 2.3, click on section video lectures and find now, and then you'll have the videos that correspond to that video organizer pop up as links. So let's start here with 2.3 objective 1, and when we hit play, you'll see that that's exactly the problem that the author is going to be working out with you. So as Ms. Martin-Gay works the problem, you are going to be taking the notes in the video organizer. Once you have filled out the lecture notes and once you have completed the video organizer, you have enough instruction to go out and start applying those concepts on your own. So at that point, you're going to come here to the Module 1 link in my math lab, and then you're going to start working on your homework assignments. And again, this week I want you to work on 2.3 and 2.4. Once those homework assignments are completed with a 70% accuracy or better, then you will see that the quiz will become available for those sections. Actually, I think the first quiz has 3 homework sections feeding into it, so you'll have to go through 3 homework sections before that first quiz becomes available. Let's go here to the assignments link and take a look there. So you see here 2.3, 2.4, 2.5 homework. Once you have a 70 or better for those 3, then the first module will open up for you. Notice that you have 2 attempts for the quiz. My math lab will record the higher of your 2 results. So I always advise students, use your first attempt a little bit earlier in the week, go back, review what you missed, and use that to use your second attempt hopefully getting a much higher score, and that's what my math lab will record. If you do get a good score the first time around, but it's not quite 100, and you want to aim for 100, and you accidentally have a lower score on the second attempt, it will still keep whichever one of the two attempts was higher. So there's no risk in using both attempts. And that pretty much is what you have to do week number 1. I know that is a lot. The hardest week, in my opinion, of online courses is the first week, because you're trying to get settled into a routine. You're trying to become oriented with the structure at the same time that you're starting with the course content. Once we establish those routines, things tend to be a little bit more manageable. Reach out to me if you have any questions, and I wish you well. Talk to you soon.